everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of November 22nd, also known as Thanksgiving, in my memory planner. This is my Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner, my press inserts, and I have this kit called Crisp from Scribble Prints Co, which I do have a Thanksgiving add-on to make it very, very festive for Thanksgiving. I just thought this was such a cute kit for fall, but I already had too many fall kits by the time this one came out and decided to get the Thanksgiving add-on to convert it to a little bit of Thanksgiving goodness. You have these really fun full boxes here, and then this is a mini kit. This is your sort of sidebar and deco page, your functional page, the bottom washi with that really cute extra full box, the glitter header and other stuff page, I don't know what to call that, and then I do have the Thanksgiving add-on box, which is so cute. So it has some different add-ons. It's got a double box here that's like very Thanksgiving-y, which I'm definitely going to be using. And then I also did get the label add-on to just have a little bit more to plan with as well. I am planning to pull in some foiled functionals in gold foil as well with this. So I'm going to pull out my pages and jump in. We are here. It's Thanksgiving week. I feel like I have been waiting for this plan with me forever, just because I had such an amazing Thanksgiving, and it was really just so wonderful, and I've been waiting for this plan with me so that I could share it with you. First of all, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and this felt like the first real Thanksgiving in so long, and I'm just really excited for that. So obviously last year we didn't really do a big Thanksgiving because of COVID, and then the year before that we had actually like just moved back to the East Coast, and we were in like this rental house, and it was sort of like this transitional year, and not a lot of my cousins came home, so it was still pretty small dinner just at my dad's house. And then before that, the years prior to that, we had been living out of state. We'd been living in Texas for a while, and we never came home on Thanksgiving just because it was so much easier to travel over Christmas break, since like the time off from school was longer and my husband's time off from work was longer. So we hadn't been home for Thanksgiving in a really long time. So this really felt like the first real Thanksgiving in super long. We did host, which I already shared. We had about 35 people, all family members, to our house, and we had it mostly outside in a heated tent, which we set up in our backyard. It worked so well. We got really lucky with the weather because it was actually in like the 50s that day, and I'm not sure it would have worked so well if it had been like 30 degrees, which you never know. Philadelphia is like not that far north, so it's not like snowing at Thanksgiving, but you never know what you're gonna get with weather this time of year. So anyway, it was just really amazing. I feel like literally every single one of my cousins that lives out of state came home because no one had been home in such a long time. So it was just really fun. I had a lot of help with the cooking from family members, but I did cook a lot. You're going to see this week it's mostly cooking and all of that, cooking and getting the house set up pretty much all week. We didn't have anyone staying with us, which is really nice, I think, especially if you're hosting. So like people stayed with some of my cousins that live here, and people stayed with my dad and stuff, but we didn't actually have anyone staying in the house, which I actually think made hosting the dinner easier because then you don't have guests on top of that. But anyway, it was really fun. So many cousins, so many family members that I hadn't seen in such a long time, so many family members that had literally never even met our latest baby. Like last time I saw a lot of these people, I only had 2 kids. So it was really it was so much fun, so much good family time, so much good food. And yeah, like I said, Thanksgiving is just my favorite holiday. I love the food, but I also love the family time. And Thanksgiving was always a huge deal in my family growing up. We always had really big family dinners, and that's when we always got together, when all my cousins would always come home and all of that good stuff. So it was just really nice to be able to enjoy that again this year, and actually really special to host it because I feel like I have been kind of waiting my whole life to host these kinds of big dinners. I always foresaw that for myself. Like when I was growing up, I always thought, I always was very family oriented and always thought I want to be the one hosting this next generation of events and all that kind of stuff. And I'm very close with my aunt who used to host all of this. So it was really nice. And my aunt and uncle are actually retired down in Florida now, so they don't have a house here anymore. And this is the first time we've kind of done a super big family gathering back here now that I have a house here. Just my dad is not really well set up for like that kind of hosting. And I feel like it felt very like the transition of the generations. And actually my aunt even said something to me about that. And it was it was really, really special, and I just really enjoyed it very much. It was also a lot of work, and we not only hosted people on Thursday, but also on Saturday morning. My girlfriends from high school came over with like their families, and we had a little brunch. So it was just a lot of peopling and a lot of hosting. And then on Sunday, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to sit inside a cave for a few days and just recharge. I felt like I had no voice just from talking to everybody for so long and just all that stuff. But it was really fun. So anyway, other than that, like literally actually Thanksgiving stuff is the only thing that was going on this week, just literally the only thing going on this week. But anyway, on the spread, I do just want to mention, so this is a Scribble Prints Co kit. It's a very scene style kit. I didn't use any of the Fashion Girls. I just really loved like all the scene and flat lay boxes, but I decided to kind of mix up the styles and do sort of the toppers and the header style like I have been doing with the floral kits, and just kind of marry the two styles together. And I absolutely love how this turned out. Somebody had actually suggested this in the comments on one of my Plan With Me's a few weeks ago. I can't remember who it is right now, so I'm sorry about that. But I just, when I read that comment, I just thought it was such a good idea, and I was like, I definitely want to try that out. So I decided to try it out this week instead of going like the full-on bougie box style of planning, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I loved pulling the fall foil elements into this spread, and I think it came together so nicely. I will definitely be doing this again. I just really, really liked how it turned out. And especially, I used a lot of half boxes this week. I actually think this might be the most half boxes I've ever used in a spread. And I think that having some of the foil elements to sort of break it up looks really nice. And it just made the spread flow together really nicely, added in a little bit more white space, and just, I don't know, it really worked out well. And I liked having a little bit of extra space that I got by only using one header per day. And I actually have been enjoying the one header per day, which I first did by accident a few weeks ago. I meant to do a 2-header spread and just forgot to do the second header. But since then I've done it a couple of times, and I actually really like the 1-header spread. But I do want to do, I just like to mix it up. That's basically my planning style, is just mix it up. Anyway, I am going to be using Fox and Pip Girls this week because I have the Fox and Pip holiday sheet, which is like one of my favorite sticker sheets. So I was obviously using that this week. On Monday, I still had my regular work. So I just did that. And then I went and got a gel manicure, which I'm actually still wearing in this video. I almost never get gel nails. I actually really don't like them at all. I find that they like peel off and they are like too thick and all just different stuff. But the gels that I got for this week actually went on really nicely, and they lasted a while, and I just wanted to have it done so I didn't have to worry about my nails all week, and that they would like look good for all of the stuff and all of the cooking and everything. So I'm really glad that I did do that. And then I just did like some Thanksgiving prep work that night, and my husband and I watched Succession on TV. And then on Tuesday, I had to do some like last minute errands, and I took the baby with me because she doesn't have school on Tuesdays or Thursdays. So we just did that. And then I had to prep the brisket because in addition to doing 2 turkeys, we also smoked a brisket because, so much food. Anyway, I do have an Instagram stories where I saved like a bunch of stuff about Thanksgiving and pictures and like cooking stuff, the way we got the tent set up in our backyard, all that stuff. So that's saved to my highlights on Instagram if you want to check it out. And there are a whole lot of them. I pretty much vlogged the whole thing. And then I got poke for lunch just because I was feeling like having some poke. And then I did some filming, and I actually then put away like all of my filming and a lot of my planner stuff because I didn't want to have that out while so many people were here and people might be doing house tours and stuff like that. So anyway, I just cleaned up my office, like super cleaned it up even more than it usually is that day as well. And then my mom came over that afternoon, and then I actually did my regular Wednesday work. I just did it Tuesday night as much as I could because I wanted to have as little to do as possible on Wednesday so that I could just focus on food prep, since that was going to be like my huge food prep day, and it was. And then our cleaning people actually came on Wednesday morning instead of on Thursday, since they were obviously going to be off for Thanksgiving, so we could have the house nice and clean on Wednesday. And so my husband actually took off work on Wednesday too to help with like all the Thanksgiving setup. So we just went to Starbucks and took a little walk around this like shopping area while they were cleaning the house, and that it was freezing cold, which it's so funny because it was literally like the coldest day of the week was Wednesday and the warmest day of the week was Thursday. So I don't know how we got lucked out with that, but it was it worked out perfectly. So anyway, so we just took a little very cold walk until we were too cold to go on. And then we came back to the house and we started doing some like yard prep and grill prep while the cleaning people were finishing up. And then we went back in the house and I basically spent the whole day cooking and getting all of the food prepped out. I do have a Thanksgiving plan with me on here where I like talked about the way I prep for events like this and, you know, cooking in advance, like breaking everything down into tasks that can be done ahead of time or things that versus things that have to be done day of. So basically everything was prepped on Wednesday, and anything that could have been cooked in advance, like things like the pumpkin pie and stuff like that, was cooked on Wednesday so that I would have as little to do as possible day of. So we cooked the brisket on Wednesday as well, and then just got everything else set up. And then I also did my hair so I wouldn't have to worry about that on Wednesday. And then that night I was so tired. I just took a bath, I did a face mask, and I went to bed super early. But I did also mark down that this was an absolutely epic Happy Mail day. I think I got my new Press memory inserts for next year, my Archer and Olive notebook, and my Moxie Life order all in the same day, but I was so tired I couldn't even like enjoy opening it. I just put it in a pile and saved it for later because I was like, I do not have the energy to devote to like opening this glorious Happy Mail, but I did mark down that I got it. So then Thursday was the big day. I always think it's so hard to mark this kind of day in this kind of spread because what this day really needs is like a journaling entry, right? Where you can like write down your thoughts or put some pictures and stuff like that, which I do, just not in this space. So I was just really struggled with how I wanted to mark this down because basically I spent the whole morning cooking, and then we had people started coming over around like 2:33, and we just spent the whole afternoon with family eating all of that good stuff, which is really hard to mark in like this style, in this sort of sequential style of planning. But basically that's what I did. We cooked everything. We got the tent set up. So we have a covered patio, and we tarped part of it off and then connected it to a tent so that we had like this really huge outdoor space. And then we had a heater that we ran in that space as well so that it wasn't so cold. My husband was like grilling all day and I was like cooking all day. And in between that, we were trying to deal with like the chaos of 3 kids at home and just all that good stuff, which is why prepping everything ahead of time is so essential because, you know, we had to also like engage slightly with our children, although I'm not gonna lie, they watched a lot of television while we were getting stuff set up, but they did have a really fun time like helping us decorate the tent and all of that. We hung up all of our fall decorations and all that good stuff, and it just looked really pretty and it was really fun. And yeah, I really loved having it outside, which is really special. I think if we lived further south, I would like always do Thanksgiving outside. Up north, it's like a little bit more dicey, but it worked really well, and I would definitely do it again. And then I just did a Fox and Pip family to mark, you know, spending time with family. And then I just put that Miss and Meow box at the bottom that came in like a freebie. And I'm going to just put my Happy Thanksgiving sticker there because I didn't really know what else to do. Anyway, on Friday, I was so tired. I slept so badly after Thanksgiving. I probably had just like drank too much at Thanksgiving dinner, too much fun, all that good stuff. But I just slept really badly. And so I just needed like all of the coffee. Then I did some cooking and prepping stuff in the morning for our Saturday brunch, but brunch is like pretty easy to put together, so I wasn't too worried about that. And then I basically did all of the Black Friday shopping online. I went so hard on the sticker sales this year. You will see in an upcoming haul, or I don't know when this video is. Yeah, you'll see in an upcoming haul. I bought a ton of stuff and I'm so happy. I like really slowed down my shopping ahead of Black Friday, and I have not placed an order since Black Friday as of recording this. So I went really hard for Black Friday, which is fine. And then after that, one of my best friend from growing up came over with her family, and we just hung out for a while at the house and let the kids play together and all that stuff, which was super, super fun. And then that evening, we took a bunch of the leftover foods and went over to my dad's house and just had like a quieter dinner on Friday night with like some of the cousins, just select cousins. I don't know how the selection was made. I was not far. No, it's just like people who are around not doing stuff with the other side of their family, basically, and some of the people that were in from traveling. But that was really fun, and my kids had so much fun playing with their cousins. They're sort of like of my immediate siblings and like in-law siblings, they are the oldest batch of kids, and the ages all like overlap really nicely. But of like my wider, like my first cousins' kids, my first cousins are all older than me, and the kids from like that are all older. So they've been having they had so much fun playing with like all of their big cousins and stuff, and just like chasing the big kids around and having just such a good time. So anyway, it was really, really fun, and yeah, just a super blast, and so many big kids. Anyway, then on Saturday, I did a bunch of cooking again. Not like as much as Thanksgiving, obviously. And then my friends came over and we had our brunch. And then the kids actually took like a really good nap. I think they were just like super exhausted from the weekend. And that afternoon we watched Elf as a family, which is the first time the kids have ever seen that movie. So it was really fun. I'm not like a big Christmas movie person, but like Elf is obviously just amazing. So that was really, really fun. And then we got Chinese food for dinner because I was just like craving it so bad. And then my husband and I watched Wheel of Time that night. And then on Sunday, I was just like, I don't want to see any people. Like, I just didn't want to be around people because we had been so much peopling, even though it was a really great time. We tidied up the house, like finished taking everything down and kind of getting things back to normal. Had a super lazy day, just did like some grocery shopping and fixing things up. And then we actually had a very crafty crafternoon with the kids. We made like a bunch of Hanukkah crafts and winter crafts, and then we hung them all up because Sunday was actually the first night of Hanukkah, which is like, usually I feel like Thanksgiving and Hanukkah are not so on top of each other, and but yeah, it was really intense having them so back to back. But we didn't see anyone Sunday night. We like saved it all for the next week, and we just did like a quiet first night of Hanukkah at home. I did make latkes though, because I don't know why I did it, but I did it because I hadn't done enough cooking already, but latkes aren't so hard. But anyway, it was really good. And the kids like love latkes. They ate them like all week. They took them to school. It's just like a favorite food. So yeah, that was really fun. And then that night we just like chilled out and watched TV, and I just tried to go to bed really early and like recharge for the next week, which was going to be like a regular week, back to normal, all of that kind of stuff, plus all the chaos that is Hanukkah with 3 small kids. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. This was a really, really fun and busy week, and just really amazing. So much family time, which was so special. I am so incredibly grateful for this year. I don't know, it was a very special holiday, and I'm so glad that it happened. I'm so glad that we got to host. I'm so glad that we got to see so many family members. It was really nice, and it was also really, really emotional, especially seeing some of my cousins that, you know, I was super close with when I was little, and I haven't seen in kind of like years at this point. So I don't know. It was just a really special week, and it has me thinking a lot about gratitude. So on that, to wrap this video up, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of you that are watching this. I love the planner community so much. I obviously make these videos because I really enjoy doing it, but I just smile so hard every time someone leaves a comment or sends me a message on Instagram or leaves a comment on an Instagram post. It just makes me feel so good to get to talk to all of you, to share this with all of you, and to have you say things back to me. And I just absolutely love that. So thank you so much to everyone who comments, especially the people that comment every week. I can't thank you enough for all of your support for my fun hobby here. I love the planner community, and that's all there is to say about that. Okay, that is everything all finished up. I absolutely love how this looks. I think this is such a fun spread, a little bit like of a different planning style, mixing kind of 2 styles together, but I think it came together so nicely. Amazing kit, amazing spread for such an amazing week. Let me show you what I have left. I do have a lot of the bottom washi left, and just little things. I'm pretty sure I used almost all of the other functionals that were like larger size this week. So much stuff to fit in. I do have some full boxes left though, since there were so many extras with the holiday add-on that I had bought. I didn't use as many glitter headers as I usually would have with a Scribble Prints Co kit, and I did use most of the deco as well, and I didn't use any of like this little doodle sheet that that sometimes comes with the kits. It just depends. Sometimes you get an extra full box, sometimes you get the labels. The labels is obviously my favorite freebie, but it's not really my taste for doodle styles. But anyway, that is everything for this week and for this plan with me. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye.